السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن والاه. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، إن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدى هدى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My brothers and my sisters, elders and youngsters, al-Islam هو الاستسلام لله بالتوحيد والانقياد له بالطاعة والبراءة من الشرك وأهله. Islam is istislam lillahi bitawheed. When speaking of Islam in general, Islam is to submit to Allah with tawheed. And there has never been a messenger who said anything else but that. So it's incorrect to say that there's such a thing such as Christianity. Because no messenger ever said that Islam was 3. So when you say Islam is Islam ilahi bi tawheed, you can look in surahs such as Surah Al-A'raf and others, and you see that the Prophet said to the people, "I'budullaha ma lakum min ilahin ghayruh." They all said it. Worship Allah. There is no deity in truth except Him. So it's wrong to say it's anything else. And so first we must get it out of our hearts and our minds and our blood and our thoughts and our attitudes that there was ever anything else except Islam. And whoever says there was anything else except Islam, who says there was something 3, who said that there was something else other than what was called Islam bi tawheed, huwa kadhab or akhta'a or kallama bi ghayri ilm. Al-Islam huwa al-istislam lillahi bi tawheed وَانْقِيَادُ لَهُ بِالطَّاعَةِ. And in general, Islam has always been, from the beginning until the end of time, that the religion that was sent to people by messengers, they must obey it. وَمَا بَعَثْنَا مِنْ رَسُولٍ إِلَّا لِيُطَاعَ بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ. And the Quran says we have never sent a messenger إِلَّا لِيُطَاعَ, that messenger is to be obeyed. So Noah was supposed to be obeyed by his people. They didn't obey except for a small bit. And Ibrahim, they were supposed to obey him because he was the one sent as the messenger. Naam. And Musa was supposed to be obeyed by the people. And Isa, Islam, was supposed to be obeyed by his people. And Muhammad was supposed to be obeyed, and is supposed to be obeyed by the people he was sent to. The ummah of mankind today. So, and then the third thing. One, it has always been submission to Allah. And what you and I converted from was falsehood. And those people who are trying to get us to hold hands with the falsehood today, they are false. They're liars, or they're mistaken, or they're speaking about Allah without knowledge. And those who tried to say in the past that the Christians and Jews and the Muslims are all the same, they were liars and devils, and they spoke without knowledge. They were liars and devils, and those who follow them today are still liars and devils. And it's easy to prove. Keep it basic and keep it real with these devils and liars. The third thing, Islam bara'atu min ash-shirk. It has always been that we free ourselves. Abraham said, "Inni bari'un," I'm free from you and what you worship. He said to his people, لَقَدْ بَدَتْ بَيْنِي وَبَيْنَكُمُ الْعَدَاوَةُ أَبَدًا حَتَّى تُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَحْدَهُ. And there has appeared between us enmity forever until you believe in Allah as one. And that is Islam in general. That is Islam in the general sense. Every time the word Islam is mentioned in the general sense, that's what it is. It is those 3 things with proof. That it is submission to Allah with tawheed. That is to obey that messenger that was sent. Because he was sent by Allah. He must be obeyed. قُلْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِي يُحْبِبْكُمُ اللَّهُ وَيَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ ذُنُوبَكُمْ. You can't make a claim that you love Allah without following the messenger. You can't say you love Allah. You don't follow the messenger. And those who told the people, some of you are here, that you could not follow sunnah, that man was a devil and a liar. A devil and a liar. And all of them are devils and liars who continue to say these things. The Quran, the ulama called that verse, the verse ibtila, yani imtihan. Qul in kuntum, you say, Qul in kuntum tuhibbun Allah, you say you love Allah. Fattabi'uni, then you must follow me. Allah said to tell the messenger to say to everybody, you must follow him, and then Allah will love you. Because this mistaken idea that because people love something, that they are being loved for it. وليس مهم أن تحب الله لكن المهم أن يحبك الله. It's not important that you love Allah. It's important that He loves you. That's what's important. Your love can be based upon some misguidance, some bad opinion, some misunderstanding. But it's important that He loves me and that He loves you. And that is what's important, ibadallah. And so in the smallest, what appears to be, to some, in the smallest ibadah that we have, some of the smallest ones are these great, great benefits from this beautiful, wonderful, perfect lifestyle. Superior to everything lifestyle. Better than everything lifestyle that you literally will give your life for. And had your last breath say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. With your last breath. Be careful, those of you Muhammadun like me, may I pronounce that wrong. Many of those got their beards red. The grave is standing right there. Your beards are white, the grave is right there. You need to watch your mouth. And all we have to do is stop committing sin right now and ask Allah's forgiveness and stand for the Salatul Mustaqim. Bidnillah ta'ala, He'll forgive us. It's one of those guarantees. All muwahidun yadkhulu jannah. Everybody who believes in Tawheed goes to paradise. The Prophet said, Kullu ummati dakhal al-jannah illa man abah. Qalu Ya Rasulullah, wa man ya'bah? Qala man a'tani fadakhala al-jannah wa man a'asani faqad abah. All of my ummah goes to paradise except those who refuse it. Ya Rasulullah, who refuse it? Those who obey me, he said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, those who obey me will go to paradise. And those who disobey me, by their disobedience, they have refused. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala nabiyyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Now, this deen of Islam is the most superior thing on the heavens and the earth for people. It's the most superior thing sent to human beings. There's nothing more superior. If you spend your time praising something and flattering something that's not Islam, you're wasting your time. You're not going to be questioned about that in the grave. Make the proper investment. Nobody questions you about your physical prowess. How much money you have in the bank. You're not going to be questioned about that. Man Rabbuk. Who is your Lord? Yani, who do you say is al-Khaliqu Malik Mudabbir al-Umur? Who do you say is the one that created and owns and controls all the affairs? We asked some small children one day who had their smartphones in their hands. We said, did Allah create the smartphone? Did Allah create that? And the little boys looked around and he said, no. He said, no, He did not. Okay. What power does it run on? Kahaba? Electricity? Who created that? What's it made out of? Plastic? Where is that from? Petroleum. Who created that? The time to do it. Who gave him the time? And Sheikh was saying to be careful that people are giving too much praise to human beings and forgetting their Creator, and that is a step toward deviancy. Explain to the young ones the details of things. Explain Allah created everything and its opportunity and everything in the hands of human beings. He was the one who gave it to them, and not Fulan and A'lan. So they can continue to give credit and praise and worship and use those things in their hands to be a blessing for themselves, their families, and they can extract from any society they live in its ni'mah and not its fasad. Barakallahu feekum. عن أبي هريرة أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قرأ في ركعتي الفجر قل يا أيها الكافرون وقل هو الله أحد. Abu Hurairah reported that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam recited in the 2 voluntary rak'ahs of the dawn prayer, the 2 before Fajr. That's called Sunnah Mu'akkad. He did it whether he was home or whether he was traveling. So never leave it off. He recited, translation which is, "O unbelievers." And then he recited, "Say, Allah is one." When Abdullah ibn Mas'ud and Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam كان يقرأ في الركبتين بعد صلاة المغرب قل يا أيها الكافرون وقل هو الله أحد. It was narrated from Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. For the 2 rak'ahs after Maghrib, the Prophet ﷺ used to recite, "Say, oh, you disbelievers, and say, He Allah is one." وعن جعفر بن محمد عن أبيه قال فجعل مقام بينه وبين البيت فكان أبي يقول ولا أعلم ذكره إلا عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان يقرأ في الركبتين قل هو الله أحد وقل يا أيها الكافرون. Ja'far ibn Muhammad reported on the authority of his father radiallahu anhuma, and this station, meaning Maqam Ibrahim, was between him and the house, meaning the Kaaba. My father said, and I do not know whether he had made a mention of it, but it was from Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam that he recited in 2 rak'ahs, "Say, He Allah is one," and say, "O unbelievers, يا أيها الكافرون أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين." Say, Muhammad, to these mushrikeen kafirun, O kafirun, disbelievers in Allah and His oneness, in His angels, in His books, in His messengers, disbelievers in the day of resurrection, and al-qadr, I worship not what you worship, nor will you worship that which I worship, and I shall not worship that which you're worshiping, nor will you worship that which I worship. To you be your religion, and to me be mine. And some of the brothers, sometimes when they get into arguments, and sisters, they go to another believer, they go, "Lakum dinukum waliya din." About Allah. That's not for Muslims. A Muslim doesn't say to his brother, "To you be your way, to you be my way." You see who it's for? It's not between the brothers and sisters. Your deen is one between you. So you disagree. People disagree. Learn how to have Islah. Learn the skill of dialogue, a hiwar, when you disagree. Learn how to be quiet when it's getting out of hand. Be quiet. It's got too far. There's no more to say. Another word doesn't seem to be solved. So now it's time for what? A sukut. It's time to be quiet. Don't worry. It's not the mark of a coward. It's the mark of al-aql. Using your intellect. See, it's gone too far. Let me be quiet. Qul. This means قل للكافرين معلنا مصرحا. Say it publicly. Say it directly. لا أعبد ما تعبدون. This means تبرأ مما كانوا يعبدون من دون الله. That you're freeing yourself because your Islam is partly what? البراءة من الشرك. تبرأ منه. You don't have to be ugly. Tabarra doesn't have to be ugly and rude. Tabarra can be polite. As long as it's clear, it's tabarra. Person doesn't have to flex to the tabarra. And this is part of the young ones. It's part of a trick to get you to be excessive. An excessive speaker. Excessive in everything you say. Being excessive. This is from shaitan. It's one of his tricks to get people to be excessive. Either excessive in retreat when they shouldn't retreat, or excessive when they come forward because he sees in them some kind of courage. Courage is not excessive. Courage, Jack, does not have to be excessive, brothers and sisters. You can speak in a proper tone and make sure your truth is clear and that you know what you're talking about and that you're not speaking about Allah and something you don't know about it. And you're saying this to the non-Muslims because they mix their worship with shirk. And worship, which is mixed with shirk, cannot be called worship. Because the condition of worship is ikhlas. And a condition, so if they mix your worship with shirk, it cannot be mukhlis. Therefore, it cannot be called ibadah, in short. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Say, means Muhammad, and therefore the ummah, his ummah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is one. As-Samad, Allah is the self-sufficient master whom all creatures need. He neither eats nor drinks, he begets not, nor is he begotten, and there is none co-equal or comparable to him. I قل قولا جازما. Say it with conviction. You are convinced. تصديقا جازما. You are convinced. You know it's the truth. Don't be ashamed of that truth, barakallahu fikum. And everything which comes to you is a blessing extending from that truth. The lifestyle that comes from that truth when someone accepts it. The personality that comes from that truth when someone really accepts it. The marriage and the relationship between people that come from that relationship when it's truly accepted by human beings. Say it jaziman, being convinced. Mu'taqidan, you believe it. Arifan ma'nah, and you understand its meaning. Qul huwa Allahu ahad. I qad inhasarat fihi ihdaniyah. That oneness is Allah's exclusively. Ahad, not wahid. The difference between those two words. Huwa ahad. Laysa ba'dahu wahid. Laysa ba'dahu ithnain. He is one, absolutely. Yani, he's exclusive in his oneness. Al-Mufrad bi-Kamal, and he is the only one who's perfect. And in lahu asma al-husna, he has the most beautiful name. Wasifat al-Kamala wal-Ulya. And he has the perfect description, barakallahu fikum. وَالْأَفْعَالُ الْمُقَدَّسَ الَّذِي لَا نَظِيرُ لَهُ وَلَا مَثِيلُ. And he, subhanahu wa ta'ala, has actions that are his, holy and pure. And there is no partner to it, and no likeness to it. Allahu Samad, I al-Maqsood fi jami' hawajih. This is the one who is sought to satisfy all the needs. He is the one who everything seeks to satisfy their needs. فأهل العالم العالوي والصفدي مفترقون إليه غاية الافتقار. And they need him, subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the greatest way. They need him. Huwa Samad. He doesn't have needs, but we need him. Everything turns to him, have the needs satisfied by the Quran. The Prophet ﷺ used to start his day, his Fajr, with these two verses. And when nighttime and Maghrib came, he would end in the rak'ahs after Maghrib with these two surahs. Imam Shawkani said, meaning that he would start his day with a tawheed, end his day with a tawheed. Barakallahu fikum. هذا وصلى اللهم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وأقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
A meeting? You don't have to if you want to.
What do you have?
Hold on. may be short. Moye.